The series flips to the Pacific Northwest in T-Mobile Park for Game 3 of the ALCS between the Blue Jays and the Mariners, tied at 1 in this best-of-7 series. Packed to the rooftops here in the Emerald City. These Seattle Mariner fans witnessing an American League Championship Series for the first time in 24 years. Mariners won Game 1, 3-1 in real life yesterday. The Blue Jays lead the all-time series this year 6-4. George Springer and Bryce Miller set to lead their teams in Game 3. Who will get the advantage? We'll find out next here in the American League Championship Series. Bryce Miller getting the start today here in our simulated game. He was outstanding in yesterday's game in real life. 10.1 innings pitched this postseason, and the first guy to face him here in Seattle will be George Springer. Couple of home runs this postseason. He had a home run on the very first pitch in Game 1, and that was it for the Blue Jays on offense pretty much. We are underway from Seattle with a first pitch fastball in for a strike. Downstairs, and it's a ball and a strike to Springer to lead things off in Game 3 from Seattle. Right side, off the glove of Naylor, race to the bag by Miller. He wins it out number 1. Let's take a look now at the Blue Jays starting lineup. You just saw Springer. Nathan Lucas will stand in now, followed by Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Addison Barger, Alejandro Kirk, and Dalton Varsho in the middle. And then the bottom three, Ernie Clement, Anthony Santander, and Andres Jimenez. Timely hitting in yesterday's game for the Mariners. And some excellent pitching. Top of the zone strike to Lucas, who fouled one off of his leg in that game yesterday. Batting .308 this postseason, takes a fastball for a strike, and he's quickly down 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. And he goes up and gets it, serves it in the air to left. And the catch will be made out there by Luke Raley by Dom Canzone for out number 2. And now Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Excellent postseason, batting over .400 in these playoffs. And the first pitch to him here is high, ball 1.
1-0.
Nobody on, 2 out in the first, just underway as Guerrero slaps that one foul to the right. And it's 1-1. Just missed high again. 2 balls and a strike.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Homered in Game 1 of our simulated action here. Bryce Miller shut him down yesterday. The 2-1. High fly ball into left field. Canzone ranging back to the warning track. Ballpark will hold it. A pitcher-friendly ballpark here in Seattle, in a 1-2-3 inning for Bryce Miller to start things out. Blue Jays nothing. Mariners coming to bat. Just underway here in Game 3. Kevin Gossman gets the start today for the Blue Jays here in Seattle. Game 3 action. 2 starts this postseason, a 1-1 record, a 2.38 ERA. Randy Arozarena set to lead things off here for Seattle. And the first pitch from Gossman misses inside. It's 1-0. What up, Eric? just missed outside. Got the call, did Arozarena, and it's 2-0. Still waiting for postseason Arozarena to arrive. He's had a history of good success in the postseason. Hasn't really shown it this so far. Just missed outside, and it's 3-0. Game 2 tonight in real life will be electric in Toronto. Huge Game 1 win for the Mariners. Bryce Miller looked outstanding in that start in yesterday's game. 3 balls and no strikes to Arozarena. And he takes a strike on the inside corner. Right there, and now he's worked it back full, 3-2.
You got a full count.
Good at bat by Arozarena to start the game for Seattle. Pitch number 6 of this opening at bat. Is swung on and missed, strike 3. A high fastball got him. And there's one away. Good bounce back there from Gausman after going down 3-0 in the count. Just late on that fastball. And now the big dumper who had a mammoth home run in Toronto. Nobody on, 1 out for him, and he's swinging away on the first pitch and sends it out of play, 0-1. Batting .400 this postseason, driven in 5 runs, a couple home runs for him as well for the big dumper. Games 3, 4, and 5 here at T-Mobile Park.
That's the ball.
A ball and a strike.
1-1.
Gausman sitting into the mid to high 90s on his fastball to start this game. Raleigh behind in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, dropped out of sight on that splitter. And back-to-back strikeouts for Gausman to start game 3. And now Julio. Julio got on base 3 times in game 1 yesterday, as he takes outside 1-0 in real life. He's got 1 home run this postseason, came in the DS against Detroit, driven in 3 runs. Downstairs on a slider, 2-0. Over the heart of the plate, fouled it back, and hitters count at 2-1 to Julio. Fouled it away again over the top of the Mariners dugout, and it's even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the first. Deuces wild for Kevin Gausman. And a foul ball. Julio stays alive. Another deuces wild offering. And a fly ball into right field. And a 1-2-3 inning thrown by Gausman. A couple strikeouts and then a fly out of Julio. And we are through 1 from T-Mobile Park. Scoreless. To the second we go. Addison Barger set to lead things off in the top half of inning number 2. A 10-pitch first inning for Bryce Miller. And a 1-2-3 frame, looking to continue that over here into his second inning of work. And the first pitch of the inning is inside to Barger, 1 ball and no strikes. Took 100 pitches even for the Mariners to get through game 1 in real life yesterday. After a struggle start for Miller in the first inning, he settled in very well. The leadoff home run by Springer, really the only offensive action for the Blue Jays. 2-0 pitch right over the heart of the plate, line to left field, forehand zone to make the catch. And there's 1-1. But now Captain Kirk, Alejandro Kirk, will stand in. Nobody on, 1 out here in inning number 2. Batting a $182 this postseason. In there for a strike, 0-1. Kirk drives this one high and deep left field. Canzone back, and that one bangs off the wall. First hit of the ball game for either side is a long single for Kirk as he bangs it off the wall and couldn't move any further than first base. So the first base runner for either side belongs to the Blue Jays, and now Varsho past Naylor and into right field for a base hit. Kirk will move up to second base. And back-to-back hits on back-to-back pitches for the Blue Jays, and they got a couple runners aboard. And now Ernie Clement with runners on first and second with one man out. In there for a strike at 95 miles an hour. Traffic on the bases for the first time in this game. Blue Jays threatening here in the second. Ernie Clement batting .529 this postseason. In there for a ball, 1-1. Jerry Hillsdale calling balls and strikes behind the plate today. Miller from the stretch. Foul back, and it's 1-2. One ball, two strikes. Goes down and fouls it away. Missed outside, and it's 2-2. Couple base hits in the second inning. Kirk banged one off the wall. On the very next pitch, a base hit into right field. First and second with one man out. The 2-2. Fly ball down the left side and out of play. Two on the way. Goes up and lofts this one to left field. And Canzone makes the catch for out number 2. Runners will have to stay put. And that's a big out number 2 there for Bryce Miller. And now here is Santander. 2 on with 2 out here in inning number 2. Inside, ball 1. 40,000 umpires disagree. And that one stays high, 2-0. Left side, watch out. Foul ball, 2-1. Hitters count to Santander, first and second with 2 men out. Breaking ball right there and taken for a strike, and it's 2-2. Miller a strike away from getting out of the jam in the second. The deuce is wild off for it. Just able to get contact with him. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And the Blue Jays strand 2 in the second. Bryce Miller gets out of the minor jam. And we're still scoreless halfway through inning number 2. Bottom of inning number 2, and the hottest hitter in the Mariners lineup right now, Jorge Polanco, will stand in. He has been clutch for Seattle in these playoffs. And the first pitch to him, driven down the right field line. And this ball is gone. Wow! He just continues. Jorge Polanco, 1-0 Seattle. his third of the playoffs, and that ball was crushed. 437 feet, 109 miles an hour off the bat, off the windows, up above that first facade, and it's 1-0 Seattle here in Game 3. And now Naylor, to follow that up, takes a strike. Naylor goes up and fouls that one away, and it's 0-2. So an early strike for the Mariners here in Game 3. The Jorge Polanco bomb into right field. And Naylor rolls this one over. It'll go foul. And it remains 0-2. Swing and a miss. High fastball. Got him. Good bounce back there from Kevin Gossman, and there's one away on his third strikeout of the contest. And now here is Gino Suarez, who has struggled this postseason. In there for a strike. Suarez came over back to Seattle just ahead of the trade deadline. He's at 1 homer, and he has an RBI this postseason. Almost hit a home run in Game 1 yesterday in Toronto. Was inches away off the wall. That one outside, 1-1. Downstairs,
2-1.
hitters count it, 2 balls and a strike to Suarez. That ball's ripped left field. Springer back over his head, and it bangs off the wall. And Suarez gets into first base, another long single in this game off the left field wall, and Suarez keeps the inning going. And now here's Dom Canzone. Minimal plate appearances for him in these playoffs. Dom Canzone will stand in with a runner on first and 1 out. First pitch, right down the heart of the plate and fouled away. One run already home in the inning for Seattle on the Polanco home run. And now Canzone rolls this one to second base. Could be 2. 4 to 6 to 3. They roll it up and get out of the inning. But the Mariners strike for the first run of the game, courtesy of Jorge Polanco. A moonshot down the right field line gets things going here in Game 3. Andres Jimenez will lead things off here in the top half of inning number 3. Bryce Miller starts the inning at 29 pitches, and he's got a 1-0 lead to work with now as Jimenez takes a strike.
No ball, 1 strike.
Joe's out and gets it and fouls it away, and it's 0-2. Inside, a ball and 2 strikes. Inside, full count, 3-2 with Springer in the top of the order waiting on deck. Popped him up. Right in front of the plate, Cal Raleigh makes the catch for out number 1. What an atmosphere here in the Emerald City from Seattle. One away, back to the top we go. George Springer at the dish. He's 0 for 1 in this one. He pops it up right side. Robles coming on, and he will settle under it to make the catch. Very quickly, 2 away here in the third. And now Nathan Lucas. He's 0 for 1 with a fly out to start this game back in the first. Quickly 2 out, nobody aboard, and Lucas takes a strike. 96 miles an hour there from Bryce Miller. Breaking ball, just able to get a piece of it, and 0-2. In the air to center, sinking fast, and Julio can't get there. Base hit. So a 2-out single for Nathan Lucas keeps the inning alive here for the Blue Jays. And the tying runs aboard here early. And now Vladdy. First pitch right down the middle, and lucky to get that one back is Miller. 0-1. No balls and a strike. Right side, snared by Naylor, and he steps on the bag for out number 3. Blue Jays strand another base runner with 2 out. Bryce Miller feeling it through 3. 1-0 Seattle as we head to the 4th. Or to the bottom of the 3rd, rather. Victor Robles leading things off in the bottom half of inning number 3 for Seattle against Kevin Gossman. 1-0 Mariner lead, looking to add on here in the 3rd. As Robles takes inside, ball 1.
1 ball, no strikes.
Robles chops that one foul, and it's a ball and a strike. Breaking ball finds the zone. 1-2 to Robles. Little flare into left center, but it'll hang up out there for out number 1. So 1 away here in the 3rd. Robles a flyout victim, and now here's the longest tenure Seattle Mariner, J.P. Crawford. Batting just over 200 this postseason. Nobody on, 1 out here in the 3rd. And the first pitch misses down. 1 ball and no strikes. This ball's ripped to the right side, and a diving stop by Guerrero, and the flip to Gausman at first. What a play by Vladimir Guerrero Jr., and there's 2 away here in the 3rd. Robbed of a hit is J.P. Crawford, and now quickly 2 away. Back to the top of the order we go, and Randy Arozarena, who's 0 for 1. First pitch down, 1-0. Struck out to open up the ballgame for Seattle back in the 1st. Just able to get a piece of it, and it's 1-1. Just outside, hitters count now to Arozarena. We've seen what he can do historically in these playoffs, especially in the championship series. If you go back to his days with the Tampa Bay Rays, skies this one into left field. Springer, and now caught out there in center to retire the side. 1-2-3 go the Mariners in the 3rd. 1-0 Seattle after 3. We head to the 4th. 4-5-6 due up for the Blue Jays. Addison Barger leading things off here to start the 4th inning against Bryce Miller, who is looking very good. 41 pitches to start the 4th. And the first pitch to Barger right down the middle. Stays high, a ball and a strike.
That's the ball, that's down.
Hitters count to Barger leading things off here in the 4th inning. 1-0 Seattle. And this ball is chopped foul, 2-2. Two balls, two strikes. Just able to get contact there off the end of the bat, and it's 2-2. That ball's hammered to deep right field. He turned on it and ties the game with a bomb into the bleachers in right field. Addison Barger with a bomb. And we're tied at 1 here in Seattle. Silences the crowd here in the Emerald City, and he turned on that one and launched it. And Miller knew it right away. So we're tied at 1 now, brand new ball game here in the 4th inning. And now here's Kirk, who swings and misses at a fastball, 0-1. 97 there from Miller. 1 for 1 with a base hit off the left field wall is Kirk. Tied at 1 now here in the 4th. And this ball is skied foul to the left. 0-2. Pitch number 50 on the way from Bryce Miller. And Kirk fouls it away, 0-2. Downstairs, good take on a good pitch. And it's 1-2. Popped him up behind first. Naylor with a long run. Foul territory. He gets there. And that's out number 1. So Kirk, a pop-out victim. Good bounce back from Miller after the home run. And now here's Dalton Varsho, who is 1 for 1. Base hit into right field his first time. Takes outside, ball 1. One-0 pitch. Dalton Varsho fouls that one away, and it's 1-1. Outside.
2-1.
Hitters count it, 2 balls and a strike. Just able to make contact with that one. And it's 2-2. Left side and foul into the seats. Foul the way again. Another 2-strike foul ball for Varsho, making Miller work here in this at-bat. 2 balls and 2 strikes, nobody on, 1 out and a run home for the Blue Jays here in the 4th. And a little floater into center. Julio over a few steps, has plenty of time to make the catch for out number 2. And now with 2 away, here's Ernie Clement, who's 0 for 1 with a fly out. First pitch right down the middle. Fouled away, 0-1. 97 miles an hour there from Miller. Fouled away, and it's quickly 0-2 to Clement. Right side, foul again. No balls and 2 strikes. Inside, 1-2. Couple good at-bats here by the Blue Jays with 2 strikes against them. Clement staying alive. Another 1-2 inside,
2-2.
and he's worked it even at 2-2. Noose is wild for Bryce Miller. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Back towards the middle and through for a base hit. Good at-bat there by Ernie Clement, and the inning will continue with a 2-out base hit up the middle for Ernie Clement. And now the go-ahead runs aboard here in the 4th inning for the Blue Jays with 2 away, and Anthony Santander at the dish. Slide step and a swing and a miss, nothing and 1.
0 balls, 1 strike.
Santander 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And they're going to check on the runner over there. Oh, 1 stays high. Ball and a strike.
1-1.
214 average for Santander this postseason. Runner takes off. 1-1 is hit in the air to left center. Pretty well struck. Canzone going back, and it's down and hops the wall, and that might benefit Seattle. It's a ground rule double, and it forces the runner at first to stay at third because he would have scored. So now the Blue Jays have runners at the corners, but that one would have given them the lead. Lucky break for Miller. See if he can take advantage of it as Jimenez takes a strike. Jimenez 0 for 1 with a pop out. Breaking ball slap, center field. That's going to get down. It's going to split the outfielders. Blue Jays jump in front here in the 4th. Julio's relay comes in. Crawford holds it. And it's 3-1 Toronto. 2 runs come in to score. And the Blue Jays flip the script here in the 4th inning. And now back to the top of the order we go, and George Springer. 2-out hitting for Toronto. The home run to start the inning. And now a couple more runs come across here with 2 out. Now back to the top, and George Springer. Oh for 2 is Springer. Runner on second. Swing and a miss on a bad pitch. 1-1.
1 ball,
And
1
Bryce
strike.
Miller's pitch count going up. 30 pitches here in this 4th inning for Bryce Miller. The 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2.
1-2 is the count.
Strike 3 called on the inside corner. Miller got the call there, and that ends the inning. Andres Jimenez gives the Blue Jays the lead on a double into left center. So the script has been flipped here in Seattle. Bottom of inning number 4, and now a 2-run lead for Kevin Gossman to work with. A 3-run 4th inning for Toronto, and Cal Raleigh leading things off here for the Mariners. First pitch to him stays high, 1-0. Misses inside, 2-0 to the big dumper. Forty pitches on the way from Gossman. Right down the middle and fouled away by Cal Raleigh, and it's 2-1. Line drive, snared at shortstop. And there's 1 away. 115 miles an hour off the bat right at him. And there's 1 away. And now Julio. One out, nobody aboard. Julio takes way high, 1-0. Fouled it away, 1-1. Swing and a miss right over the top of that splitter, and it's 1-2. Swing and a miss again downstairs, and Julio is retired for out number 2. Fourth strikeout as we take a look at StatCast powered by Google Cloud. Just dropped out of sight. 7 inches of pitch break, over 1,700 rotations per minute. And now Jorge Polanco, last chance for the Mariners here in the 4th. He hit that mammoth home run, his last at-bat, down the right field line. He's responsible for the 1 run on the board for the Mariners. Gave them the lead at the time. Since then, a 3-run 4th inning for the Blue Jays has given them the lead. Polanco slaps it foul, and it's quickly 0-2. Swing and a miss, got him to chase it upstairs, and Gossman with a 1-2-3 4th maintains a 3-1 lead for the Blue Jays as we head to the 5th. We're going to get a new pitcher, and it's going to be the normal starter, Brian Wu, coming out of the bullpen for Seattle. So Brian Wu, who didn't play in the ALDS due to an injury, got cleared and made the ALCS roster, and he's going to come in to take over for Bryce Miller here in inning number 5. Nathan Lucas to lead things off, and he fouls this one away, 0-1. Lucas with the base hit earlier, he's 1 for 2. And Wu fouls that one away, does Lucas, and it's 0-2. Downstairs, ball and 2 strikes. Foul back, 96 miles an hour coming in there from Wu, and it's still 1-2. Fouled away again. Good battle here with 2 strikes by Lucas. 3-1 Blue Jays here in the 5th inning. 1 ball, 2 strikes here from Brian Wu. Outside.
That's outside. Ball.
Lengthy at bat here. Pitch number 7 on the way here from Brian Wu to Lucas. And this ball's crushed deep right field. And this ball is long gone. Nathan Lucas extends the Blue Jays lead. It's now 4-1. A 7-pitch at bat turns into a home run for the Blue Jays. Right over the heart of the plate, and Lucas didn't miss it. His second hit of the ball game, and that ball was tattooed 106 miles an hour off the bat. So a leadoff home run here in the 5th inning, 4-1 Blue Jays, and now here's Vladdy. And he got a pitch to hit and fouls it away, 0-1. Oh for 2 with a fly out and a ground out for Vladimir Guerrero Jr. 4-1 Blue Jays. And he got another pitch to hit and fouls it away, 0-2. Outside, 1-2. But Brian Wu comes into the game to try to eat up some innings for Seattle after the Miller struggle in the fourth. Gives up the leadoff home run to Lucas. 4-1 Toronto. The 1-2 to Vladdy is inside 2-2. Breaking ball, and this ball's crushed on the left field line this time. And the Blue Jays go back to back. Into the second deck for Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And it's 5-1. The Blue Jays absolutely taking over here in Seattle. 106 miles an hour the other way for Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And it's 5-1 Toronto. And now Barger, who hit the first home run of the game for the Blue Jays, will stand in. So the 2, 3, and 4 hitters all with home runs now for the Blue Jays. 5-1 Toronto taking over here in the Emerald City. Downstairs 1-1. Barger fouls that one straight back, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Strike 3 called outside corner. And a big strikeout there for Brian Wu for his first out of the fifth. And now Alejandro Kirk, Captain Kirk, 1 for 2. Base hit off the left field wall earlier in the ball game. Takes a strike, backdoor sweeper.
0-1.
1 for 2, as we just mentioned. Downstairs, 1-1. In the regular season, the road teams were the winners in those series that these two teams played, as Kirk takes a strike on the swing, and it's 1-2. Fouled it away. Just able to make contact with that one. A ball and 2 strikes. Ripped into center field for a base hit. 101 miles an hour off the bat of Kirk. And more hard contact for the Blue Jays. And now Dalton Varsho. Varsho takes a strike, 0-1. Slapped it foul, and it's 0-2. Just does make a piece of it. The 0-2 from Wu inside, and it's 1-2. Blue Jays bats have come alive here in Game 3 as this one's fouled away again. 3 home runs in the ball game, back-to-back home runs here in the 5th inning. 1-2 pitch. That ball's hammered. Deep right field. And this ball's gonna fly. 3 home runs in the inning. And the Blue Jays blow it open. Dalton Varsho. And Brian Wu comes out of the bullpen and is serving up meatballs. Another long home run. This one 108 miles an hour off the bat. And Brian Wu is getting killed. And they're going to pull him out of the game. Wow. Blue Jays bats exploding here in game 3. Brian Wu exits. Blue Jays big lead. Edward Bizardo will come out of the bullpen for the Mariners to try to stop the bleeding. 3 home runs here in the 5th inning for Toronto off of Brian Wu. And it's now a 6-run lead for the Blue Jays at 7-1. And now here's Ernie Clement. Downstairs 1-0. 1 for 2 of the base hit is Clement. And the Blue Jays are just stomping all over Mariner pitching here in this one. Outside 2-0. Downstairs 3-0. Blue Jays have scored all 7 of their runs in the last 2 innings of work. They scored 3 runs in the 4th inning and a walk here from Clement. So more struggles on the bump for Seattle. They scored 3 runs in the 4th inning. And now 4 here in the 5th. And Anthony Santander, as they check on Clement over there, will stand in. He's 1 for 2. In there for a strike. Thinker at 95, 0-1. Right side, that is a fair ball right over the top of the bag. Robles digs it out, and there's runners at the corners here, still only 1 away. Right down the line, right over the top of the bag. Let's take a look. Wow. Everything going the Blue Jays' way right now, and here's Jimenez. Runners at the corner, still only 1 out. Inside 1-0. 1 for 2 with the 2-run double back in the 4th. Gave the Blue Jays the lead at the time, and they haven't looked back since. Left side foul, and it's 1-1. Swing and a miss ahead of the splitter, and it's 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Fouled it away, stays alive. Blue Jays making these Mariners pitchers work in this game. A ball and 2 strikes. One more time to Jimenez. And he somehow makes contact with that. That might not be deep enough to get the double play, and it will not. They get the force at second base, but another run comes in to score, and it's 8-1. How about that swing by Jimenez? Past the diving Suarez, and Crawford throws to second in time, but another run comes in. And it's 8-1 Blue Jays, and now here's George Springer. Back to the top of the order we go. He's 0 for 3. Strikeout, fly out, and a ground out. Downstairs, 1-0. Outside, 2-0. In there for a strike, and it's hitters count at 2-1. Two balls and a strike to George Springer. Runner takes off, pitches down, the throw from Raleigh, not in time. And a stolen base for Andres Jimenez. So even more action on the bases for the Blue Jays. 3 balls and a strike to George Springer. And it's an inside-out swing that goes foul, 3-2. Three balls and 2 strikes. And a line drive caught at third by Suarez. And that ends the inning. But the Blue Jays, 12 hits, halfway through 5, 3 home runs in the inning. Take an 8-1 lead here in Game 3. We welcome you back to T-Mobile Park here in Seattle. Game 3 of the American League Championship Series has not been kind to these Mariner fans in attendance tonight. Blue Jays absolutely exploding on offense. 8-1. Josh Naylor leading things off here in the 5th. Kevin Gossman, big lead to work with now as Naylor takes outside ball 1. So if you're the Mariners, you got to start thinking ahead a little bit. You're down by 7. You would like to mount a huge comeback. We've seen it before in a playoff series between these two teams. Go back 3 years ago. Mariners with that huge comeback in Toronto in the playoffs as Naylor skies this one into center field. Pretty well struck, but not deep enough. Varsho goes back to make the catch, 1 out. So you'd like to see that if you're Mariner fans, but also you have to think about the rest of the series. You have to think about your pitching. Bryce Miller got pulled out of this game fairly early. You threw Brian Wu out there. He got crushed. And then you threw Fazzardo out there, who's already getting some action. So the Mariners in the 5th inning have already had 3 pitchers out there. In a series that's tied at a game apiece right now, you got to start thinking ahead as Suarez rips that one foul, and it's 0-2. A lot of strategy comes out in the postseason when you're winning and when you're losing. Suarez stays alive. Outside ball 1, 1-2. Suarez with a swing and a miss on a fastball inside, and there's 2 away. Kevin Gossman is dealing 6 strikeouts. And now Dom Canzone, the last chance in the 5th for Seattle. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out. Outside corner, 0-1. Swing and a miss. Quickly, 0-2.
No ball, 2 strikes.
It's like a flip of the script here with these two offenses. Blue Jays are out there forever, it seems like, and now the Mariners are a strike away from already being out of the 5th. And he just missed inside, 1-2. Pitch number 60 from Kevin Gossman. And a foul ball by Canzone stays alive. Downstairs again, he's worked it even at 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Deuces wild from Gosman. And another foul ball by Canzone. In the dirt, full count. Robles waits on deck for the Mariners. Canzone doing his best to try to keep this inning alive. 3 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. The payoff pitch is fouled away again. Right side again, foul. Lengthy at bat here from Canzone. Just missed inside, ball 4. And the inning will continue. So the Mariners get a base runner. Now Victor Robles will stand in. He's 0 for 1. Credit Dom Canzone there with the patience in that at-bat. Keeps the inning alive, and now Robles a chance to swing. 1 on with 2 away here in the 5th. Robles in the air to left. Lofted softly to Springer. And the side is retired in the 5th. Kevin Gosman continues to deal. Mariners strand a base runner. And we head to the 6th inning in a 7-run Blue Jay lead. We welcome you back to Seattle. Top half of inning number 6. The Boo Birds rain down here in the Emerald City as Nathan Lucas stands in. He's 2 for 3, hit a home run last inning to start the first stint of a back-to-back with him and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. going back-to-back in that 5th inning. And that was just the start of what was an incredible inning for the Blue Jays offense. Bizzardo remains out there for Seattle as he's ahead 1-2 now in the count to Lucas. Little flare into left. Canzone got a late start on it, and he makes the basket catch. 4 out number 1. And now that'll bring in Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Long home run his last time. The second of back-to-back home runs with him and Lucas last inning. 1 out, nobody aboard for him here. His incredible postseason continues as he rifles that one foul, and it's 0-1. Foul back, 0-2. Right side, bobbled by Naylor. He has plenty of time to recover, and there's 2 away. So good start to the inning for Bizzardo. Quickly 2 out here in the 6th. And now that'll bring up the cleanup man, Addison Barger, who homered as well in this one. 1 for 3. He started the Blue Jays scoring. He tied us at 1, which seems like an eternity ago.
Nope.
In there for a ball, it's 1-0.
1 ball, no strikes.
Downstairs, 2 balls and no strikes.
Ball.
3-0 now. Kirk waits on deck.
3-0.
In there for a strike on a sinker. Barger still way ahead, 3 balls and a strike. Goes the other way, and that's going to fall in for another hit for Barger. Canzone able to cut it off, and Barger slides into second with a 2-out double. And the Blue Jays just continue to hit off these Mariners pitchers. So Barger having himself a good game. Runner on second for Captain Kirk. He's 2 for 3 in the ball game. And he swings and fouls that one away, 0-1. Couple singles for him, and he scored a run. Watch out, hits him in the shoulder. And the struggles on the mound continue for Seattle. And now here's Dalton Varsho with more traffic on the bases. Home run his last time. Outside, ball 1. In there for a strike, a ball and a strike. Turns on this one and sends it foul, 1-2. Pizzardo trying to get out of the inning unscathed. The 1-2 pitch. In the dirt. Good stop by Cal behind the plate. Deuce's wild offering. Outside, full count. So now the runners will get a head start with a 3-2 pitch with 2 outs. Ernie Clement waits on deck. There go the runners. And a swing and a miss struck him out, and Varsho goes down swinging to end the inning. Pizzardo escapes the jam. No runs come across. Halfway through 6, 8-1. Nine, 1, and 2 due up here for the Mariners in the bottom half of inning number 6. J.P. Crawford set to lead things off in what is a 7-run Blue Jay lead against Kevin Gossman as Crawford takes inside, ball 1. A lot of work to do for Seattle if they want to come from behind in this one as Crawford takes a strike. Just missed inside. Good take by J.P. Crawford, and it's 2-1. Hitters count now to the Mariners shortstop. And it's chopped foul.
That's the ball. Count is full.
Three-two outside, ball 4. Leadoff walk there for J.P. Crawford. Randy Arozarena in the top of the Mariner order takes outside for ball 1. In there for a strike. Miss high. Hitters count to Arozarena at 2 balls and a strike. Arozarena in the air, center field. Varsho ranging back. And he has room to make the catch. 1 out. So Crawford stays put at first base, 1 away now, and here's the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. If there's anybody in this lineup that can spark a rally, it is this man. He's 0 for 2 today with a strikeout and a flyout. Crawford the runner at first here with 1 away in the 6th. And that one misses downstairs to Raleigh, 1-0.
1-0.
Swing and a miss. Fastball right there, 1-1.
1-1.
Inside. 2 balls and a strike.
2 balls, 1
Hitters
strike.
count now to Raleigh. The 2-1 misses again, 3-1 with Julio
3-1.
waiting on deck. Three-one. Right there for a strike, full count.
Count is full.
Left side, hard hit but foul. They'll do it again at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Just able to make contact, stays alive at 3-2. Leadoff walk by Crawford. He's over at first, and Raleigh takes ball 4.
Take your base.
So 2 walks in the inning for Seattle now. They've got some traffic on the bases, and now here's Julio Rodriguez. He's 0 for 2, strikeout and a flyout. In there for a strike at the knees, and it's 0-1.
0-1.
Julio on the ground, right side. That's going to sneak through for a base hit. Crawford to third. Throw comes to the plate. It's up the line. Crawford held at third, and the bases are loaded. So now the Mariners threatening to try to get back into this game. Here's Jorge Polanco, the guy that you want up to the plate in this spot. As he takes a strike, it's 0-1. Home run earlier. He's responsible for the only run on the board for Seattle. He gave them a 1-0 lead at the time. Hasn't gone their way since, but a chance to maybe spark a rally here. The 0-1. Fouled away, and it's 0-2. Downstairs, 1-2. Bullpen starting to get going for the Blue Jays. Bieber and Rodriguez warming up. Couple right-handers. Bases loaded with 1 man out for Jorge Polanco. In there, strike 3. And there's 2 away here in the 6th. Now it gets a little bit tougher, but another big bat, Josh Naylor. Mariners waiting to get him going. Swinging a good bat here this postseason. Hasn't really had a whole lot of success. Bases loaded with 2 out. And he swings at the first pitch and fouls it away, 0-1. Naylor pops it up behind third. Foul territory, long run, and he gets there. Kevin Gossman escapes the bases loaded jam, and the Mariners can't cash in. It's still 8-1 in Seattle. Luke Jackson will come out of the bullpen for Seattle. 1 game this postseason, 1 inning, didn't allow a run. Still a 7-run lead for the Blue Jays. Luke Jackson just trying to hold them to where they are now, as Ernie Clement will stand in to lead things off in the 7th inning. In there for a strike at the knees, and it's 0-1. Outside ball 1-1. Just able to get a piece, and it's 1-2. Little floater towards center and a base hit for Clement. Another hit for the Blue Jays, this one leading things off in the 7th. They are just clicking on all cylinders. And the leadoff man's aboard over at first base for Anthony Santander. 2 for 3 in the game for Santander. And the pitch in there. 0-1. Double and a single and a run scored in the game. Runner on first with nobody out here in the 7th. Went around and it's 0-2.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out, and there's 1 away. Big strikeout there for Jackson. Gets his first out of the contest, and now Andres Jimenez, 2-run double back in the 4th, will stand in. Runner on first still, here with 1 out in the 7th. In there for a strike. Good pitch.
No balls, 1 strike.
Chopped at the plate, foul, and it's quickly 0-2. Just missed downstairs. Good pitch and a good take.
No, that missed. That's a ball.
Worked it back even now. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Just able to make contact with that one. Tied him up inside, and it remains 2-2. Somehow made contact with that one as it was spiked into the dirt, and it's 2-2. Strike 3 call, top of the zone. Jimenez didn't like the call, and that's the 2nd strikeout of the inning for Jackson. And there's 2 away. Take a look. Maybe a little high, painted that top of the box. Close pitch, got the strike for Jackson, and now back to the top and George Springer. 0 for 4 is Springer. Runner on first with 2 away here in the 7th. In there for a strike. 0-1 to Springer.
No,
Missed
ball.
inside that time. 1-1.
1-1. Yeah.
Right there. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him to chase it upstairs. And Jackson works himself around the leadoff base hit. 3 strikeouts in the inning for Jackson. Blue Jays still lead big. Time to stretch in Seattle. Bottom of the 7th here in Seattle. It's a 7-run lead for the Blue Jays. Eugenio Suarez set to lead things off for the Mariners. Kevin Gossman remains out there, and a swing and a miss by Suarez here. The Blue Jays have 11 more hits than the Mariners, 14 hits for the Blue Jays to just the 3 for the Mariners. Right down the middle, it fouled away, 0-2. Way high.
1-2.
1-2 to Suarez. He went around and a strikeout. Suarez continues to struggle, and there's one away. Kevin Gossman dealing. And now here's Dom Canzone, 0 for 1 with a walk.
Ball.
Downstairs, 1-0.
1 ball, no strikes.
Kevin Gossman about to throw his 100th pitch of the ball game. And it is in there for a strike, 1-1. So this is huge for the Blue Jays. 100 pitches from Gossman. They're winning the ball game. They're saving their bullpen
Ball.
for the future games of this series. So an excellent outing from Gossman. Hitters count to Canzone, and it's a base hit into left field. Just the 4th hit of the night for the Mariners. They're now down 10 in that category, 14-4. And Canzone leads off the 7th with a base hit, and that might be it for Gossman. It is not. They're going to keep him out there for Robles. And Robles with a big swing and a miss, 0-1.
0-1.
0 for 2 with a couple flyouts is Robles in this game. Robles down the right side and into foul territory. 0-2. Stays alive. Goes up and fouls that one away straight back, and he stays alive at 0-2. So 4 hits in the ball game, as we mentioned a little bit ago, for the Mariners, 14 for the Blue Jays. 8-1 our score. And the story of this game has been Kevin Gossman on the bump for the Blue Jays, holding the Mariners to very little offense and the long ball. Swing and a miss here, and Robles goes down swinging for out number 2. 9 strikeouts now for Gossman. And they're going to keep him out there for J.P. Crawford. Runner on first with 2 out for Crawford, who swings away at the first pitch and sends it foul into the seats behind the Blue Jay dugout. Crawford rips this one up the middle and a base hit. Canzone will move up to second base. Second hit of the inning for Seattle, and now Gossman, sitting on a lot of pitches, is going to get pulled. What an outing for Kevin Gossman. Over 100 pitches, holding the Mariners to just 1 run on 5 hits. And he's done. The hero for the Blue Jays in Game 3. New pitcher into the game for the Blue Jays will be Shane Bieber. 1 game under his belt this postseason. He pitched 2 2/3, 6.75 ERA. And that game was against the New York Yankees in the American League Division Series. He gets to face Randy Arozarena at the top of the Mariner order with 2 out here in the bottom of inning number 7. First pitch out of the bullpen misses just outside, and it's 1-0. 0 for 3 with a strikeout and a couple flyouts for Randy Arozarena. inside 2-0. Swing and a miss on a high fastball, and it's 2-1.
2-1's the count.
Hitters count now to Rosarena. Runners on first and second here with 2 men out. Dom Canzone at second base, J.P. Crawford on over at first. Fouled away. Deuces wild offering from Bieber, and it's fouled away again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2 runners on here for the Mariners. And a fly ball into center. Pretty well struck, but a ballpark that is a pitcher-friendly arena holds it, and the side is retired. Mariners strand a couple more base runners, and they still trail big. We head to the 8th inning, 8-1, Blue Jays. New pitcher again for the Mariners. It'll be Caleb Ferguson. So each inning that goes by, another pitcher gets burnt for Seattle. 2 games under his belt this postseason. He's pitched an inning in each of those games, and he's gotten rocked. Nathan Lucas stands in to lead things off in the 8th. 2, 3, and 4 due up here for the Blue Jays. And a 7-run Toronto lead as that one stays high from Ferguson, and it's 1-0. Over the heart of the plate, flied into left field for Canzone. And there's one away here in the 8th inning. So Lucas is retired to start the 8th, and that'll bring in Vladimir Guerrero Jr. 1 for 4 with that home run he hit back in the 5th. Went back-to-back with Lucas in that 5th inning where the Blue Jays just blew this game open.
That's a ball.
In there for a ball, 1-0. Outside, 2-0. Three balls and no strikes. Addison Barger waits on deck, and they're pitching around Vladdy here. Swinging away on 3-0. Fouls it away 3-1. Vladdy's still way ahead in the count. 3 balls and a strike from Ferguson. And he rips this one left field. Canzone is there. 2 out. So 2 away here in the 8th inning. Here's Addison Barger. He's 2 for 4 with a home run in this game. Outside, ball 1. 2, 3, and 4 hitters for the Blue Jays, all with home runs in this game. They had that huge 5th inning that really blew this game out of proportion. Outside, 2-0. Popped him up, right side, fouled ground. Josh Naylor will have room to make the catch in a 1-2-3 inning for Caleb Ferguson here in the 8th inning. The big dumper, Cal Raleigh, set to lead things off in the bottom half of inning number 8. Mariners down to their final 6 outs of game 3. Down by 7.
Ball.
Ball one downstairs. Fisher and Rodriguez warming up in the bullpen. Shane Bieber at 7 pitches here in his second inning of work. That one's in there for a strike, 1-1.
Ball.
Raleigh ahead in the count, hitters count at 2 balls and a strike. Left side, hard hit, but snared at third. And the throw across is in time, 1-1. 102 miles an hour off the bat there from Cal Raleigh. And it's snared by Barger over there at third, 1 away. And now Julio. 1 for 3 in the ball game with a base hit for Julio Rodriguez. 1 out, nobody aboard. Got the call on the inside corner, did Bieber, and it's 0-1. And Julio just shaking his head. In one of those days for the Mariners. Ooh, dangerous pitch, fouled off by Julio, and it's 0-2. Stays high.
That's a ball.
1-2 to Julio Rodriguez. Outside.
Oh, that's out.
2-2. Down the right field line and out of play. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Pulled the string on him there for out number 2. And now Jorge Polanco, responsible for the only run on the board for Seattle, will stand in with 2 out. First pitch to Polanco, clips the outside corner for a strike. And it's 0-1. Fouled away, and it's 0-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. 3 pitches to get Polanco, and the side is retired. To the 9th we go in a 7-run Blue Jay lead, dominating Game 3. Matt Brash will get the call out of the Mariner bullpen. 5 games under his belt this postseason. 1-0 record, 5.1 innings pitched, a 1.69 ERA. And his first task in the 9th inning will be Alejandro Kirk, 2 for 3. First pitch, slapped the other way, and a 3-hit game for Alejandro Kirk. Base hit to right field. Another hit for the Blue Jays, and Alejandro Kirk's got 3 of them. So a runner on first now here for Dalton Varsho. 2 for 4 with a home run. And that one's fouled away, 0-1. No balls and 2 strikes for Matt Brash. And a swing and a miss struck him out. Slider dropped out of sight. And there's 1-1. So 1 away with a runner on first. Here's Ernie Clement, who's had a good game. 2 for 3 with a couple base hits. And the first pitch to him here from Brash is one hopped into the glove for Polanco at second base. And they turn 2, 4-6-3. They rolled the double play. And we head to the bottom of inning number 9. Last chance for the Mariners. They need 7 to tie. And the Blue Jays are 3 outs away from taking Game 3. Yariel Rodriguez will come out of the bullpen for Toronto to try to close this game out. Not a save situation here with the big lead. 2 games under his belt with a 1.2 innings pitch, no ERA. And the Mariners are down to their final 3 outs here in Game 3, and Josh Naylor will stand in to lead things off. First pitch to Naylor misses apparently, and it's 1-0. Just a dominating performance by the Blue Jays in their pitching. It's been outstanding. The hitting off the charts. The long ball, the story offensively for the Blue Jays. The pitching dominant as Naylor goes the other way. Long run for Springer. He makes the catch, 1-1. Kevin Gossman was outstanding with his start. Over 100 pitches in this one, ate up a lot of innings for this Blue Jay bullpen to not get as active. And it's just been a dominating performance by the Blue Jays ever since that 4th inning. They took the lead and then they extended it in the 5th. Gino Suarez at the plate, pops it up behind first. Guerrero back, long run. He gets there, 2-1. And the Mariners are quickly down to their final out. And it's going to be in the hands of Dom Canzone. 1 for 2 with a base hit. First pitch in there for a strike at the knees, and it's 0-1.
0-1.
On the ground right side, that's foul, and the Mariners are down to their final strike here tonight. The Blue Jays exploded on offense in the 4th and 5th innings. The pitching has been outstanding as Canzone fouls that one away. Looking to take a 2-1 series lead in the ALCS. No balls and 2 strikes. Fouled away by Canzone. Another 0-2 pitch on the 1. Swinging and just able to make contact to stay alive. Swing and a miss, struck him out, and the ball game is over. The Mariners go down by the hand of the Toronto Blue Jays in a dominating performance. Kevin Gossman was outstanding. And the Bats alive and well. They scored all of their runs in the 4th and 5th innings. And it's 8-1. Blue Jays take Game 3.